Chronic diseases don't always stem from the places that we think they do, and oftentimes they're simply the food in front of us. Type 2 diabetes has hit an all-time high due to the rise of poor diets and obesity in the American population. More and more young adults and teenagers are being diagnosed with this disease. Now, what are diabetes? Diabetes is characterized by low blood sugar due to the body's inability to make or use insulin. There's two main types. Type 1 is an autoimmune disease that you're born with, and it's when the body destroys insulin producing cells in the pancreas. Type 2 is something you develop later in life, and it's when the body becomes insulin resistant or the pancreas doesn't make enough. Now, there's other types of diabetes, such as gestational, which occurs during pregnancy and is oftentimes cleared by the time pregnancy is done. But over 10% of the population has diabetes. Type 2 is the main topic for today because it is at such an all-time high due to the obesity. Now, people don't become obese overnight, so what's causing this problem? The rise of fast food has been extremely influential in the poor diets of America. Fast food is advertised to be fast, easy, and convenient, also cheap. But it's not good for us. And the options that are healthier are more expensive. Healthy foods are oftentimes more expensive. With the fast-paced, busy life of the American society today, fast food has become so convenient that the average person eats at least a couple times a week. According to PubMed, the rise in fast food is closely tied to weight gain and insulin resistance, and there was a study done that showed that 31% of people who had a high intake of fast food were more likely to be diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. The price difference between a meal at Zaxby's, that's say chicken fingers and fries, would be around $8 to $10, whereas a salad, which would be only 500 calories and much healthier, is anywhere between $11 and $13. And for some people, that makes or breaks whether or not they can have food on their lunch break. Now, this is a very serious problem, but there are ways to reverse this. It can stem from things like family factors, family history, age, all of that stuff, and physical inactivity. But the modifiable factors, our diets and body weight, remain the dominant drivers. So prevention is possible. We have to educate our society by public health programs, and they need to promote healthier food environments in schools, workplaces, and communities, encouraging access to whole, minimally processed food. Reducing the availability of ultra-processed food and supporting physical activity can make all of the difference. Education about nutrition and dietary risk is also very crucial to individuals, and they need to understand how daily choices impact their life long term. It's really sad to see our younger generation suffer from type 2 diabetes when there's really no reason for that. We need to educate kids in school and educate parents. Oftentimes it's very easy when your kids are hungry after school to go pick up a Happy Meal from McDonald's, but we have to be mindful about what we're putting in our bodies because this stuff is causing us to have type 2 diabetes in kids like teenagers. Kids can be 13 years old and all of a sudden develop a lifelong condition that they have to live with forever, and they just don't know any better. We have to do our due diligence in educating the parents. Type 2 diabetes has hit record levels, and it's because of the poor diets and obesity. The connection between unhealthy food choices, excessive weight gain, and insulin resistance is very strong, and it's supported by substantial research. According to the CDC, 48.5% of our population is obese. As long as unhealthy foods remain the most convenient and common option, type 2 diabetes will always be rising. We need to recognize the root causes, obesity and poor diets, and adopt healthier lifestyle choices. And individuals and communities can work together in creating a society with less type 2 diabetes and less unhealthy options. We cannot always turn to fast food, no matter how easy and convenient, and we have to make this more accessible for others. People can't always afford the healthy stuff at the grocery store, and we have to make sure that everyone has a fair chance to eat healthy and take care of themselves. In conclusion, it's important that we protect our teens and our young adults and we educate our parents so we can work together as a society to move away from this and slow the rise of type 2 diabetes or even reverse it. this should be our goal and this should be what we're working towards. Thank you.